What's going on, Canes fans? Welcome to episode number 5 of Walking and Venting with Coop. And in case you're new here, this series is exactly what it sounds like it is. It's me walking along the edge of my property and venting about a hot topic when it comes to the Miami Hurricanes. And boy, do we have a hot, juicy, spicy topic this afternoon. And I realize, I'm just going to be straight up with you guys. I realize this topic has been talked to death, right? I sound like a broken record. Everybody's talked about this over the last few years. It's been brought up multiple times. But I do feel like it's time to have this discussion again and to be very serious about it. Is it time to retire the turnover chain and the touchdown rings? And I'm going to go ahead and be very blunt right at the beginning of the video so I don't beat around the bush, and then we'll dive deeper into it. The short answer to that question, in my opinion, is yes. It is absolutely time to retire the turnover chain and the touchdown rings, and it needs to happen literally today. Honestly, yesterday. Honestly, 2 weeks ago. We need to go ahead and pull the plug on that right away. And before we dive deeper into it, I want you to leave your comments down below and let me know. Even if you've talked about it 100 times, I want you to let me know again how you feel about it. And then I'm going to explain my side of it right now, and then I want you to do the same. So the turnover chain and the touchdown rings have become kind of part of our identity, right? Take just a minute and go to Dime Life's website. Take a second and go to Caneswear. Half of the shirts have a turnover chain on them. They have the touchdown rings on them. It's probably some of their biggest sellers. Okay, maybe not this year, but it was. Right, it's huge. It's much more even than just our identity. It's a money maker for the university. Take a minute to think about the last Miami Hurricanes game you went to, either home or away. Look at all the fans. What are they doing? They're rocking Cuban links, some type of huge chain, a replica of the turnover chain, or heck, maybe something even close to the real deal. I don't know. Coop ain't got that kind of money, so I'm usually rocking that plastic Canes cartel deal, but don't tell anybody that I told you it's plastic. We'll pretend that it's real for, you know, the video and for the cool factor. But anyways, it's become part of our identity. When you think about the Miami Hurricanes, you think the Cuban links, the turnover chain. And some people might think the touchdown rings, but at the end of the day, if we're being honest, that didn't really take off, I don't think. But I think it's time to pull the plug on both of them. And honestly, I think it would be kind of a boss move if Manny made an official announcement and did that right now. Now, I don't think that, man, what a day, bro. Motorcycles going by, neighbors mowing his yard. There's an airplane going by every 5 minutes, of course, as soon as I hit the record button. So hopefully you guys can tune all that stuff out. That wouldn't save Manny Diaz's job. It wouldn't necessarily even give him any extra brownie points. It definitely wouldn't with the players, I can tell you that. But I still think it would be kind of a boss move if he said, you know what? We're going to get back to the fundamentals, the basics, and focus on football, zero gimmicks. Because I can promise you something, when the next head coach comes in after Manny does get fired, that's probably going to be one of the first things they do. And honestly and truly, I hope it is. So it wouldn't get Manny any extra time, but I still think it would be a boss move if he did something like that. But yeah, I think it's time to go ahead and get rid of them, and we can discuss, you know, how big of a deal it is in recruiting and how it could possibly negatively affect that. And I get your argument. Some of you are going to type that down in the comment section. But Coop, recruiting. When you go look at Instagram and Twitter and whatever other social media things there are out there, TikTok and Snapchat. Is Snapchat still a thing? I don't know. All these recruits that are coming in, these 17 and 18-year-olds, when they have a visit at the University of Miami, what's the one photo that they want to put up from their visit? Them rocking the turnover chain. Honestly, usually 4 or 5 of them. You know, I don't blame them. You're 17, 18 years old. How much were the turnover chains? Like somewhere between $100,000 to $250,000 a piece. So you're rocking anywhere from $500,000 to $750,000 around your neck. So yeah, of course, that's gonna get likes and clicks and stuff on their social media, and they feel cool, they look cool, and I understand that it's a very important recruiting tool. I get it. But I still think that it can be used for recruiting, even if we don't break out the turnover chain or touchdown rings during games. Basically what we do is we say, you know what, this was a part of our identity. This is a part of our culture, you know, the Cuban links, the gold chains, the bling bling. But we don't use it in games anymore. And I don't, you know, I know when you put it that way, it makes it sound like it wouldn't be that effective, but it's still Miami. I mean, you've got the, you know, the turnover chain that has the state of Florida on it. So, you know, you're rocking the crib, showing out for the crib, your hometown. You got the 305, so you're representing. So I still think it would be something that's Miami, but just basically when the recruits come for visits, you let them wear it. You take the photos specifically for the recruiting visits and stuff, but then that's it. You put them on display. You say, once upon a time, we rocked this turnover chain whenever we got turnovers. When we got touchdowns, we rocked these rings. That was part of our history for a little while. But now our mission is that we move on to fundamentals and basics, and we focus on football and winning games. And I think it's okay if we did it that way. I think it would be just fine. And I don't truly think that the turnover chain and the... Yeah. I told you that dog's barking it up. I don't think that the turnover chain and the touchdown rings are necessarily a distraction. So like, you play out this scenario. We pull the turnover chain and the touchdown rings tomorrow. That doesn't mean that doesn't make us automatically play a better game against NC State coming up. It doesn't have that big of an impact. But I just truly want to get rid of any extra little distractions or gimmicks. And I'll be honest with you too, I don't want to bring it back if we start winning. And I don't want to do that little scenario where people say, well, what we'll do is if we're up in a game, so let's say we're winning 10-0 and we get a turnover, then we break out the turnover chain. If we're down 10-0 and we get a turnover, we don't break out the turnover chain. So it's kind of one of those things where if you're doing good, you get rewarded. If you're not doing good, then it stays in the case. That's stupid. Bro, let's not even try to juggle breaking it out only if we're doing good. If you're going to do that, just can it. Just get rid of it, bro. So, yeah, I still, you know, people say, well, Coop, when we get a turnover in the streams, you still pull out the Cuban links and play the turnover chain song. I do, but because right now that is still our thing. It's still something that we do. And I told you guys when I interviewed Bubba Bolden, a lot of you guys didn't see that. I interviewed Bubba Bolden on this channel, and I asked him straight up. I said, Bubba Bolden. Why did I say that weird? Bubba Bolden. I said, Bubba Bolden. Because you know my interviews are always high energy. I said, Bubba Bolden, do the players still get hyped for the turnover chain? Is that still something you guys enjoy and look forward to? And he said, Coop, 100%. He said, we're always so hyped whenever that turnover chain breaks out and it gets everybody on the defense. It gives everybody life and everybody gets all hyped up. That's cool and all. It's cool. It's good. It's a motivator. I get it. But at the end of the day, honestly, winning needs to be more than enough of a motivator. We don't need rings. We don't need a chain. We don't need none of that nonsense, because I feel like we are getting to a point to where we have too many little gimmicks and distractions. And this is a whole nother topic, but I also think there needs to be some type of no social media thing on game day, at least until after the game or something like that, because it's a little bit of a result of the times we're in, right? I'm a millennial, so my generation is kind of still in that same category, but the generations coming up now are definitely all about social media. And you know, there were players, I'm not gonna call anybody out specifically, okay? But there were players that were live literally 15 minutes before the Miami, North Carolina game, live on Instagram, just hanging out, just chatting with people. 15 minutes, bro, before kickoff of the game. Most guys are, you know, they got their headphones on, they're getting locked in, they're reviewing their game plan mentally in their mind, they're getting themselves pumped up. And bro, we have dudes going live on Instagram. Now that's not just us. That's teams all across the country. That's a generational thing. I truly think that that's it. But what we could do, just like we set the standard with the turnover chain and the touchdown rings, Coop, Bama did it first. I don't care. Nobody, it wasn't on national news. It wasn't that big until Miami did it. We set the standard when it came to the bling bling with the turnover chain. And then, again, the touchdown rings didn't really take off, but you get the point. Let's set the standard now of getting rid of the gimmicks. Because everybody still has a little thing that they like to do, you know, with other little chains or a turnover belt and all these various things. Let's be the team that comes out and says, you know what, screw the gimmicks. We're getting back to basics, back to fundamentals. All we're worried about is getting locked in and winning football games. We don't care about the bling bling anymore, but still let the recruits rock it because it was part of our identity at some point. And like I said, it's still got the state of Florida, the 305, the U, so you're still repping the crib, playing for your home team, you know, so it's still big for the recruits to let them get the pictures in, bro. But then once you get here and once you start playing, it's all about winning football games. Like I said, I want to get rid of the distractions, and I feel like that it's just time, it's time, bro, to pull the plug on it. And I know so many of you guys are sick and tired of having the turnover chain and the touchdown ring conversation because some people say it matters, some people say it doesn't matter. I get that it makes the University of Miami money, it makes Dime Life money, it probably makes Caneswear money, all sorts of different things. The fans love it, the players love it, but it's time for change, man. Whether Manny Diaz is still here or it's somebody else coming in, it's time to can them. It's time to get rid of them. I understand the impact it has on the program and has had on the program up until this point. I realize its role in recruiting, but there are ways that we can still incorporate it and get rid of the gimmicks on game day. That's just my opinion. I think that I made all of the points, and you guys usually make some good arguments against whatever my point of view is, and that's okay. That's good. We can disagree. So you can type those down in the comment section below. It's more than just about the wins and losses for me. To be completely honest with you, I don't care if you don't believe me. Even if right now we were 6-0, I know. Whoa, okay, let me back up. There ain't no way we're 6-0 because we wouldn't have beat Alabama. So we'll say we're 5-1. You know, it's still a pretty good record. We're 2-0 in the ACC. I would be standing here right now making this same argument. I told you, I don't care if you don't believe me. Coop, you wouldn't be if we were winning. No, bro, I would be. Because I just want to win, man. I do not care about the gimmicks, and winning should be enough. Don't you think? Winning should be everything, and that should be more than enough to make you happy and make you want to come play at the University of Miami. Because if the only reason you come to the University of Miami to play football is for an opportunity to rock that turnover chain, then I don't want you here. That might seem a little harsh for some of you, but if that's the only reason why you come here, go somewhere else. Because you should be coming here because you want to win, because you want to make this program better, because you want to rock that orange and green on your chest on Saturdays. It shouldn't be because you want an opportunity to rock some bling and upload it to Instagram and Twitter. And I might be the minority here. I might actually be surprised by the comments because, like I said, I'm a millennial, so a lot of people in my generation are all about social media. And like I said, definitely the generations coming up are 100% all about social media. I get it. I'm a full-time YouTuber and Twitch streamer, so I literally have to be plugged in 24/7. Social media is my life. But still, when it comes, bro, I'm like shaking talking about this now. I'm getting a lot more heated than I anticipated. Still, I want to get back to basics and fundamentals. This is what it comes down to. in winning football games and screw all of the little extra stuff. That's all I got to say. I spoke my mind, spoke my piece. Do I think we would actually get rid of the turnover chain and touchdown rings mid-season? Absolutely not. Will we probably continue to do it? More than likely. This is year number 5 of the turnover chain. It's year number 2 or 3 for the touchdown rings. 5 years is enough. Definitely don't make a new one. They might put them back on rotation or something. Start with the first one next year and then work your way back through them. But please don't make a new one. And can we please just pull the plug on it and focus on playing football? Because I think that would be a huge message to the team, to the fans, and to upcoming recruits to show that we are more focused, more locked in, and more serious about football. And we don't care about all the little gimmicks and extra stuff. That's all I got to say, man. Just speak your piece down in the comment section. And, man, we got NC State coming up. We're sitting at 2-4. We don't have a whole lot of things going for us right now. It's tough to be a Miami Hurricanes fan, and it's probably only going to get tougher throughout the rest of the season because we've got the meat of our ACC schedule coming up, and we got some tough opponents to play. But I want to hear what you guys have to say. I promise you, I will read every single comment that you guys leave, even if I don't respond to them. Let me see if I can set this bad boy up. Remember though, guys, we're all one big happy college football family. But at the end of the day, I gotta say, somehow it's still always better when you get to rep the U. Coach Coop, peace out. I'll see y'all in the next one.